and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust Television, where we go 360 with sports updates. And of course, today will not be an exception, as we will be going 360 with sporting activities in the country, and then we'll fly the jet outside the country to see what's happening there. And of course, analysis from the different sports we'll be discussing today on 360 Sport on Trust Television is guaranteed. With me in the studio, we have Noel Sampson. Thank you so much for joining us on 360 Sports.
It's a pleasure being here.
And also Coach Unamba Raphael.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's get straight into the discussion. We'll start with the handball. The Prudent Energy Handball Premier League is still ongoing, and we're getting to match day 10. The competition is getting hotter as we speak. And a big upset to the organizers of the game, as of course the second leg is going on in Lagos, and we have teams like the Kano Pillars, Niger Tornadoes, the Plateau Peacocks win it on match day 9. So let's take a look at the results so far. In the last game, we have Kano Pillars, of course, still top in the league. We had Kano Pillars scoring 30 against Owena Kings, which had 14 points. And then Defenders had 28, and we have Benue Buffaloes, which, in the last match did pretty well, but fell to Defenders by 26 points, just 2 points difference. And then the Toja Marine Academy and Niger United slugged it out on Sunday, and it was 17-23 in favor of Niger United. Also, looking at this Prudent Energy Premier League now, we've seen how this teams and boys and girls who are in Lagos for the second phase are performing so far. We've seen the energy, we've seen the action, we've seen the thrillers, because every time any of the teams comes out, we see a different performance. Slightly there's been some kind of haphazard construction of the table as the result comes, but Kano Pillars have been able to hold it strong. And also another team that is really doing well is the Niger United. How would you rate the Prudent Energy Handball Premier League so far, getting to day 10?
Okay, the game, it seems I stumbled to one of the games I watched, and it's really quite interesting, because I know I watched a competitive handball match was when I was in secondary school last. So having that, maybe now that you have a handball as a league in Nigeria, it's something interesting. I watched the game, I was really very interested, especially Kano Pillars. It seems they're not only good in the football alone, but so in the handball game they're also very good. So it's a very nice, it's a nice game, and I think what this game needs now is now more sponsors and more of a wider coverage. But it seems they are not. You have to go through stress before you watch some of these games, or you have to go be there live. So I think if they can have more sponsors, more wider coverage, in fact, we might even leave the football we all love now and face this handball game.
So now, Coach, and handball is 50 years. We have the Handball Federation, Federation in Nigeria, of course, which is 50 years old, and we have this Prudent Energy Premier League always coming through. The one in Abuja, made a mark. People went in there to watch. I was surprised when I got into the Mashood Abiola Stadium. That was about 2 years ago, and I saw, young people who were interested in handball. We have families who made their way. Even for the night fixtures, we had families who came into the Mashood Abiola Stadium to sit down to watch handball. And now we have this Prudent Energy who has been consistent over the years. Now, what can we do to improve handball in Nigeria?
We just need private investors to come in and sponsor, because if you hope and rely on the government, they will fail.
I believe this Prudent Energy's private investors coming together to promote this game.
But it seems it's only just one.
Yes, and that's why we have the consistency.
So
maybe
if they can have more, especially the area of coverage, where you can at least, the way you show Nigeria Premier League, and sometimes basketball, if they can be showing these games also too. Because handball is a very interesting game, very, very interesting. Because when prior to this time, we would have to watch handball games either live, probably in your locality, or probably at Olympics. But now, when you watch Olympics, very, very interesting game. That you be the excitement in you always want to just. So if that game can have wider coverage here in Nigeria, like I said, we'll start preferring, because there are some people that are still handball fans, that are very good handball fans. Like what you said, that they have families in to watch. Not that they have family members playing the game, but based on the passion or something like that. So if that wider coverage can be there more sponsors. I think when you have more sponsors, coach, you have more. They can be embroidery.
I was even surprised at what I saw early this year at the National Stadium, indoor activities and all of that. You see thousands of people coming from different states to participate. And kudos to Canopilas, because I know that is the only team that their government is really pushing in everything.
In everything, every area of sports.
People don't joke with
handball,
sports.
you have them in football, volleyball as well. So you seem to hear Canopilas everywhere. The name resonates.
Time to time, they are always here in Abuja. At the Package B.
Of the
part of the Moshood Abiola Stadium, yes.
They're always in, day out, coming for pre-season and, meeting with different teams, organizing different kind of friendly match, just for the girls and the boys to be in a good shape.
So we see that. So which of the teams stood out for you? We have Niger Tornadoes as well. I'm saying Niger Tornadoes, Niger's United, because of their names in the Nigerian Professional Football League. I'm actually likening it to that. But now, Toja Marine is in Lagos, not so doing well in this handball. There was a time we had the Lagos derby between Safety Shooters and Toja Marine. Of course, it didn't end well for the Toja Marines. And then we have them playing Niger United again. Of course, they are conceding to Niger United. We also have Kano players. So Winner Kings are doing well, but fluctuating at some point. Then Benue Buffaloes, in their last match, they played Winner Kings, and it was a good one for them. But right now, meeting defenders were saying that they're, conceding 2 points than what they did. So how would you rate the performance of all of the teams in the Prudent Energy handball going on so far? Don't forget that the ladies are also doing very well.
I want you to know one thing. You see, Benue as a state, they have good footballers.
Okay.
They have good musicians.
Yes.
They have good female footballers and male footballers. Yes. But the problem is no sponsor. They don't have the money to finance these people. Look at Nigeria Tels. Nigeria Tels used to be at Benue before Coach Bankole Olowokere took over. Most of the girls, most of the female players you see in different clubs, they are from Benue. Because their girls love to play football.
These are leading.
But the problem is no money to finance these people. And they are relying on the government. That's why I said private investors should come in to encourage these people.
And I remember Lobby Stars doing very well in the MPFL, and at some point from the last 2 seasons, they're nowhere to be found. And maybe the sponsors problem is affecting them, and all of that. So there are fixtures for handball today, match day 10, like I said in the beginning. There are fixtures, the ladies will be playing as well as the men. Let's take a look at the women. Imo Grasshoppers will be playing Defenders Babes. Adorable Angels also will be in action tonight, as they will be playing Bendel Dynamos. Qatar Queens will be playing Seasiders Babes. Benue Queens will also be playing Safety Babes, and then Rima Queens will be playing Plateau Shooters. Taking a look at this, how do you think this game will come out at the end of the day? Now, I can see that you're looking keenly at Benue Queens, because we just talked about, how these people have been doing very well with in all sports, but no sponsors.
Depending on where they are playing the match. Another thing is preparing, traveling, the distance, the venue.
They're all in Lagos. Yes.
Safety Babes, I think they are Lagos based.
Yes, Lagos Babes.
That is a huge advantage.
Playing at home.
Diamonds, probably. I in my way, probably. I don't know.
Can I see Plateau Shooters?
Plateau Shooters are doing quite well in the women's handball this season. And then the Rima Queens, of course, it's been, good, bad for them this season as well. Then Imo Grasshoppers, I think the Adorable Babes have been able to show a lot of people that they're really adorable, and they can be adorable watching as well.
Bended Diamonds, I think the Bended Diamonds will win them.
Okay, you're thinking Bended Diamonds.
Yes.
All right, only time will tell. We'll keep our fingers crossed and see what happens tonight. Let's also look at the men's fixtures for the Prudent Energy Handball Premier League happening in Lagos. Benue Buffaloes will be playing on Winner Kings. Confluence Stars will also be locking hands with Rima Strikers. Safety Shooters will be in action with Police Machines. And then Lagos Seasiders will be battling it out with Niger United. Confluence Stars not doing bad this season. We also have, Police Machines not doing so good. But Niger United, that's a team for you to look at for. in the handball fixtures. What do you think about these fixtures this evening? Who do you think will come out victorious?
I don't want you to write off Lagos.
Okay.
These guys are they're always training day in, day out. And have it in mind, at their home ground now, they're playing the game in their home. It's a plus for them, because one thing is the fans are going to share them up and they will be booing the other people. So that can psychologically affect the player. In sports, there's what we call you being mentally ready. And when you start receiving some releasive signals psychologically, some players are not experienced, some are still new in this tournament.
Exactly.
So psychologically, it will affect them.
All right, so let's move away from handball as we'll be looking at another female side. I'm talking about Bayelsa Queens. They will be representing Nigeria in the Women's CAF Champions League. Bayelsa Queens battle defending champions, which is Mamelodi Sundowns, as race for honors begin. Right now, they are in Morocco. They flew into Morocco on Friday, and of course, they are preparing for their first match. Now, Bayelsa Queens, they did absolutely well. And of course, look at the group. When you talk about, you're looking at the group right now in the CAF Champions League, which will be starting. It started yesterday, but our girls have not played yet. It's going to end on the 13th of November. We have Group A, we have the Asper Club, we have the Zimba Queens, which is from Tanzania. We have the Green Buffaloes is from Zambia, and we have the Determined Girls, Liberia. In the Group B, where we have the Bayelsa Queens, we will be playing Mamelodi Sundowns, which are the defending champions. We have Bayelsa Queens, of course, in the Group B. Then we have Wadi Delgla, which is from Egypt, and then we have Unifa co-qualifier. We know how the Eastern countries can be when it comes to football, both men and women. There are always teams to contend with, especially in the CAF Champions League and also the CAF Confederation Cup. So what do you think will happen with our Bayelsa Queens? Because the group, do you think it's a group of death?
I was opportune to interact with the general manager of Bayelsa Queens.
Okay.
He's a reverend, a pastor, and from what I've seen so far, he's ready to support the girls, and he's somebody that he has been supporting them both financially and spiritually as a pastor, And this Bayelsa Queen is a team that, if you look at their list, there are some players that played the World Cup. There are some players that played the under-17.
So much experience.
There are some players that are currently in the Super Falcons invited. So the like of Sebastian and Co, I see them with that experience. I see them going far. And I have it in mind that the people they are playing, most of their players there are not yet
experienced like they would have. So we have the Rivers Bayelsa Queens have more advantage than any of the team. Looking at the Eastern team, the Eastern team from Egypt, I think that's one team that we should be looking out for, the Wadi Degla. They might not be, very strong like the Mamelodi Sundowns. Of course, we are battling Mamelodi Sundowns, who are the defending champions in the CAF Women's Champions League. Do you think that will be like a hard nut to crack for Bayelsa Queens with the current form that you see them playing right now?
I want you to know that most of the current players in Bayelsa Queens, they are all professional players with World Cup experience, and not at least 70% of them are experienced players. They have tested most of the leagues, both home and abroad, playing CAF Champions League, and this is not their first time. Sometimes you see them traveling outside the country just to play one or two friendly matches with top clubs. So I see Bayelsa Queen scaling through.
Okay, do you think same way?
Yes, they won't disappoint us like the way the male Qatar disappointed us when they played their CAF. It seems
not forgetting that Rivers United, of course, in CAF, we are expecting.
We have three of the male teams.
Yes, in the CAF.
They lost most of them. It seems two of them lost.
But Rivers United still have a game to play.
Yeah. How sure are we they're going to win the game?
They can win.
How sure are we?
They can win. The reasons are currently we are playing CAF Champions League. Is our league going on? No. These guys are eating cassava, grown fat. They are not in any tournaments.
Don't you think they are training at the moment?
It will never be. The tempo can never be.
Like playing something competitive.
Day in, day out, day in, day out. It's just like Chelsea playing the Champions League. You see them playing the Premier League. You see them playing other
the Carling Cup, and
training with the under-21 just to keep good shape. But you see most of these guys. Look at Plateau United. Those guys are heavy.
Okay, and now I'm talking about the CAF Women's CAF Champions League. CAF saying that they're going to broadcast this, so we have more people aware of the Women's Champions League 2022 matches. I don't know why this thought is coming at this point, because we have the CAF TV, we have other TV stations who will be willing to promote this game by broadcasting it live. Do you think it's coming better late than never?
It's a way forward.
Okay.
I think kudos to CAF. But my prayer is that if Nigeria is playing with a northern region, they should not involve any referee from North Africa. Yeah. That's
okay, why would you say that? Have there been any bad experience?
Look at what happened. Plateau United. You understand? Look at what happened. You see the referee taking foul as penalty.
I think a lot of people need to understand this role of a referee, and of course there are rules to the game, and some referees need to just be schooled about some of the rules and how to apply them. No, but the VAR is acting against most of the team, and people are not liking it at all. So we need to do more,
But when you look at it, it seems the VAR is preferable than that of the referee. But there are some goals the VAR will allow. The referee normally won't allow it. So if it comes to if it favors you today, if it doesn't favor you today, don't be against. It favors you the next time.
It should never favor, because if you look at from records, most of the league matches, the North African country are always coming to your home to play you first, because they know when you are coming back to their home ground, they will do you vamping.
Oh, is that a tactic that we should be holding plaques to debate this right now? I think we should be holding placards to actually fix this right now, if what you were saying is actually what's happening in the leagues. So let's move on to Qatar 2022. One powerful man in the game of football. When we talk about football nationally, African, internationally, I'm talking about Emmanuel Amunike. He's saying that, we should do better. African countries who qualify, excluding Nigeria, because we're not going anywhere. Amunike is urging Senegal and others to better Africa's 2018 record. I remember in 2018, we never ever get to the knockout stages, and that's a problem. If we need to do better right now, it hurts me that Nigeria is not making it, and of course what we'll be praying for if Nigeria were to be in Qatar 2022 squad will be, let's get to the knockout stages and see if we proceed past that. But what do you think will happen? We have the likes of Senegal in the game. We have the likes of Tunisia's coach Kadri has said that, if they don't go past the group stage this time around, I think he will just have to pull the cup and hand it over to somebody else. They've not really done very well, not even in the continental tournament. What do you think?
Yeah, we just hope the likes of Senegal. I'm actually tipping Senegal to go far than other African countries because of the likes of the category of players they have. It seems most of the players young, and they play in European clubs, and they play in good clubs, and they're all starters. So I'm tipping Senegal to go far.
What about Ghana?
Ghana.
Ghana is zero.
They hype their players a lot.
Look at the
because when you follow them, because some of the players are bringing from the likes of Lapati from Brighton, this Wings brother, the Williams from Athletic Bilbao. So the hyping is like much. Okay, we do well, but when you see them on the field playing the game, you're like
this Chelsea, the former Chelsea young player, I think.
Odio, he has not yet finalized this.
Okay, so we're still waiting to see or hear if he will be joining the Ghanaian squad for the 2022 Qatar. But let's take a look at the Spanish La Liga games that is slated for today. We have Getafe. Getafe will be in action today. Let's see if we can have that on the screen. The Spanish La Liga fixtures for today. Yes, let's have it and let's see how it goes. The Elche playing Getafe. Elche is like at the bottom of the table, and then we have Getafe, which of course is on number 18 or so, also 17 on the league. These two teams are down. Who do you think will be victorious tonight?
I see it as a draw game.
I was thinking that earlier on too.
Okay, so no much talk on this one. They're seeing it as a draw game. Only time will tell. But thank you, gentlemen, for being on the show. We hope to have you again next time. My name is Martia Umar. Thank you for being a part of 360 Sports on Trust Television. We'll see you again. Bye for now.